Before we started working with citation, one of our major issues was being kept up to date with what was happening, for instance, in terms of employment, best practice, changes to guidelines and legislation. When we started our relationship with citation, we didn't need to worry about that because we had regular updates. We used platforms which helped us understand what changes to legislation or guidance meant for the delivery of our particular work. I think like all other organisations, you go by what you hear from others, so word of mouth is really important, especially if you're faced with a whole selection of options and you don't know who is worth exploring and who is worth approaching. So we had heard from many in the care sector in Scotland that they had worked constructively and positively with citation, and that was the reason that we first approached citation. I'm somebody who likes things to be relatively simple. Not simplistic, but simple, accessible and easy to use. And one of the things I find really comforting about working with citation is that the platforms, for instance, the Atlas platform is extremely intuitive, it's very accessible, it's easy to find what you're wanting, but it also offers you the potential to explore more areas. So simplicity, accessibility and immediacy has been really important, especially as, to be honest, I've got often very little time. I don't want to be spending a huge amount of my time getting to where I want to get. Like any organisation, inevitably you have moments of particular challenge where potentially relationships break down, there's disagreement, or there is a diversity of perspective. And what we have found, both in terms of situations of challenge, but also where we've had to deal with challenging pastoral issues in terms of employment support, we've found that accessing citation solutions has been immediate, and that's really important when you're facing a particular crisis, but also that their willingness and ability to understand the detail and the specificity of particular issues has been really beneficial. And lastly, I'd say that one of the very real benefits we found is the consistency and the appreciation of the uniqueness of our context. As an organisation who's been in partnership with Citation for a number of years now, and as an individual who uses citation platforms virtually every second day, I've absolutely no hesitation in encouraging people to explore a relationship with citation, because that relationship, I'm convinced, can only be to your benefit.